Howdy ESSM 406. In this video, which is my last one I'm planning to make for Unit 3.2, I want to give you some advice about writing your papers. I've already given you lots of advice about writing your papers in other videos and some of you in person, but I want to give you some advice specific to writing your papers for this unit. The first thing I'm going to ask you to do is explain to me if there's communities working together, or if there's collaboration between government agencies or between different government agencies and different groups of private individuals that's important in your case. And in almost all cases, you're going to actually have something like that. In some cases, you might think about a community being a group of people working together, but in some cases, the community might actually be a city government. It might be a group of landowners who live near each other. It might be a group of farmers who share a watershed or share an aquifer. In many cases, collaborations are going on between government agencies. Two government agencies are working together. A community may be working together to fight against some kind of negative, what we'd say an environmental bad, an environmental damage. So the first part of the assignment is to identify whether that's occurring and how it is occurring. The second part of the assignment is to say, well, regardless of what's happening now, is there potential for this in the future? And this is something that hangs people up because it kind of requires you to imagine something. The first one is tangible. Let's look for information. Is there a community working together? Are there different entities collaborating with each other to do something? The second one I'm asking you, well, could there be? And I can't imagine a case where you couldn't have some kind of collaboration. Different kinds of government agencies working together, different kinds of local communities solving their problems on their own. And oftentimes, we have a tendency to think about policy in terms of, well, the government should do this. But I want you to move beyond that. I want you to say, well, can the people affected by this problem get together in some way and solve this problem on your own? On their own. I don't want you to just make up some wild story that's unrealistic. But maybe there is a way. So if there's some issue where, say, an endangered species is in conflict with some sort of other land management, well, is there a way that those who are advocating for wildlife could work with those people to improve it? Maybe that's not realistic. Maybe those people hate each other, right? Maybe their interests, their values are too different. But if that's the case, then you should say that. Why is this not feasible? I'm also going to ask you about what the limitations of these things are. So one limitation might be it might not be feasible. Another limitation that might be common is, well, they don't have enough money. Oftentimes problems are larger than what any one community can contain. So if that's the case, then you need to say that. And of course, as with all the other papers in this class, best to start early, best to double check that you're hitting all the points, go through the grading rubric that I've given you ahead of time, and make sure that you're touching all those bases. One of the most common reasons students get poor grades is that they just miss one of the points. So try not to do that. Best of luck, and gig 'em.